Hi all, happy Thursday and happy break off of school. This screencast is going to quickly touch on three things. One, the chapter takeaway. Two, so these are your graded items that I have now completed grading. And then the second weekly assignment. And a quick note on the school closing. So how does that affect us and this class? This is actually pretty unprecedented in that it's the first time that they've canceled online classes too. So what we're going to do here is you had your first part of the weekly assignment number 3 due on Wednesday. So that was due on Wednesday. School is closed today through Sunday. So with that being said, all of the responses to your classmates are now due by Tuesday. So what you'll have is you'll have work due, your responses due on Tuesday, your first part of weekly assignment 4 due on Wednesday, and then again on that following Sunday. Now, if anyone has any problems with internet connection or anything like that and can't get these done or is having issues related to Hurricane Florence, please email me. If not, this is how I think that it's supposed to cause a lot of rain, and we don't know yet if it will interrupt internet, etc. So if you worry about this, or if it starts something starts to happen, then please email me immediately. But at this time, until we hear otherwise from VCU, VCU will be back open on Monday, or at the very least, you could use the internet there. So again, responses to your classmates' posts that were due yesterday are now due on Tuesday of next week. Next week's schedule is as is. So everything that is due on your course syllabus for next week is due on Wednesday and Sunday. So the extension here is for your responses on Tuesday. I will probably go on and have a screencast, given everything is okay with the weather, to go on and comment on the first part of that assignment. I think it'll be useful for going forward. Okay, so chapter takeaway number 2. If you want to look at some great examples, Stephanie, Colin, Glenda, Sydney. This is not a summary of the chapter. I mentioned some of this stuff last time. And you also must have outside sources for full credit. Big part of this. Now, while it is much improved from this week, you still need to remember in-text citations and other sources other than your text. Weekly assignment number 2. It was 6 points total. And here again, just a showing examples of what I'm looking for in full credit. If you didn't earn full credit and are curious as to why, you can view the following classmates: Angelica, George, Stephanie, Colin, Louise, Samantha. I particularly liked Samantha's quality of sources and her citations. For those that have just a big list or even links at the end, that doesn't help because I don't know where individual information came from. Also look at Patrick and Brian's. So for this one, you had to tell me where you got the information from each one. Here, what major subgroups and categories does the text divide hazards into? Essentially, there are 3 parts of that. Tell me what the text said, tell me what DHS said, and then look for other groupings that they were put in by other agencies or even companies. And what I wanted you guys to glean here, just like the definition of terrorism has over 100 definitions of how state agencies, federal agencies, localities, and private sector define terrorism, so are there different subgroups and categories. And as you probably saw, your classmates had not very different ones, but your classmates went around it a different way than some other people. So this is just because this is just like there's a lot of ambiguity when it comes to this. So verbiage is important. The second part here, telling me about which one of these is most likely to occur: the earthquakes, volcanoes, tornadoes, hurricanes. And then also, so the websites that I provided you guys with were the ones that are, let's say, more reputable. Going to something like hurricane.com or floods.com or weather.com, they are less likely to say that these incidents happen here with a high propensity. And even if they are likely to say that, where is the backing? So there's so much information, you guys, today, especially in today's information overload environment, that you really need to be picky about where you get information. And again, maybe you can be less picky in a class like this, which I do grade for quality of that, but you can get away with it, let's say. In a class like this, more so. But once you get, if you go further in your education, those sources or any work that you turn in that doesn't have reputable sources attached to it, you're not going to be taken as seriously, because people that are really in this field want to know that you're looking in the right places or reputable places for the information that you're providing. So there's my soapbox on that. Create the chart. Again, tell me where you got this from. So if you had a big chart and then you didn't tell me where you got the information from, then I don't know what your sources were here. So sources matter. Here, you had to mention Presidential Directive 7 and 21. And if you mention those, then you'll understand why, because that kind of lays out these defined critical infrastructure sectors. So please let me know if you have any questions, and I hope you guys are staying safe.